we're live.
Hey.
We had like 50
Hello.
poses before you all joined. You have no idea.
It's one of those things that happens. We just kind
Anyway, welcome to comicspriceguide.com presents Tales from the Geek. I am Aaron the Mechanic.
I'm just Bobby.
And I am Googs. Hello.
And
Nice.
we got some
Hey.
news. We got some comics. We have a lot of fun definitely to be had.
But first up, Googs, I believe you have a tribute for us this
yeah.
week.
That's true.
Sadly, we have lost a living legend in the comic book art field. Al Jaffe, famed for Mad Magazine
Oh,
and comics in general. 102. He's passed. 102. Still drawing like he didn't stop. He holds
That's
the Guinness
what I love,
World.
though. You know,
Yeah.
he did what he loved, and he did it well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and all his faculties. He just zoomed right until he's probably drawn up there with St. Peter.
I imagine he's probably trying to draw cartoons to get in.
Yeah,
St. Peter be all like,
the mad fold in to get in there. Yeah, but like I said, 102. He holds the Guinness Book of World Records for longest living. He started in 1942 with Joker comics, I believe. But and basically from then till the end.
Now.
So
Wow.
Al Jaffe,
That's
102,
amazing.
big win. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Exactly. I mean, I'm sure there's
that's
so
a
many
good
that
life.
we've enjoyed without even knowing too.
Yeah.
That's a bucket. That's a bucket of win right there for Al Jaffe.
Absolutely.
We have a few hellos. Hey, Voodoo Lily.
Hey,
Panther Rose.
If anybody's out there and is like into horror, check out Voodoo Lily. She does streaming on Wednesdays, and also on Saturdays she does like a horror update of like comics that come out, and games and everything from movies. So check her out. It's really fun. We'll spend a few hours just messing around on Saturday chatting before we get into it. So it's a good time. Oh, and hello, Panther Rose. Good to see you as well. Hello. Yeah, good tribute, Googs. It's really true. It's sad to see him leave, but man, he working up till the end.
Yeah.
Yes, Voodoo. Heck yes. We are all about that hype. Hype train. We have so much news, but one thing I will start with, because we are not going to go into the very deep details of the Star Wars Celebration news, because there are like so many shows and so many amazing trailers and news that drop.
We don't have 2 hours to break it all down.
We don't have the time. We are not a Star Wars podcast. We are everything podcast.
No, but
it'd be a 3-parter.
It seriously would. It would. So if you're interested, which we love Star Wars, so I've definitely checked it all out. But go to our Tales from the Geek site on Facebook. We have all of those posted. Very exciting stuff going on. The one piece of Star Wars news that we will talk about, which is not actually Star Wars, like the celebration focused. Yeah, it's not like news, but it is news from, if you're watching Mandalorian, which I haven't watched yet, but I was very excited.
2 episodes left.
This is why I have to wait for it all to drop so I can binge it. That's how I watch stuff. But I did see that Lizzo and Jack Black are in an episode, and I'm really excited about it. But I think the cute thing behind how they got cast in those roles was that they saw that they were fans of the show. So they thought it would be really fun to bring on people who love like Star Wars and the show to be part of it, which I enjoy that hype. I'm like,
That's great. Yeah, that's fun as heck.
Yeah, I really thought so too. Hey, Marge.
Hey.
Hello, Marge.
Yes, good to see you too, Panther Rose. Let's see.
Okay.
All right. Next piece of news. So the Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, they're going to have Lawrence Fishburne is going to be his role of Bill Foster, which in the Ant-Man and the Wasp character that he had, he's going to reprise that, but in their cartoon version. In Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. And this isn't the first time that they're doing the crossover of live action into cartoon. They've done that a few different times, but now he gets to be part of it, which I think is really cute because
I mean,
no, he's been such a huge advocate for Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur ever since he read the comic. He's like, we have to make this a cartoon. We have to do this.
Absolutely. I'm
cute.
so excited for when that show comes out. Like, you guys know how much difficulty I have watching television and movies. I think I'll be able to make myself get through this on my own without other people. So that will be a lot of fun, in my opinion. Yeah.
So I wonder if he's going to be on the show. I wonder if they're going to let him like grow. I wonder because Bill Foster in the comics is Goliath. So I was like, so is he gonna?
Yes.
They're gonna let him. They're gonna let him get big and biggin.
We'll see. We'll see about that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but potentially. But I think it's pretty cute though, because also he's been recruiting a number of people for roles in the show, like the cartoon show. He was recruiting people and really wanted this to be a success. So I would not be surprised, Googs, if he has a longer term visit than just one episode.
Yeah,
that would be a lot of fun. Yeah,
that's right. Chad, Christopher Lloyd was in the episode too. Great Scott, Marty, we gotta save Grogu.
Really?
My light. Yeah,
that sounds awesome. That
would have been great if he had his Doc Brown hair though. Just if it was just Doc Brown just sitting at a computer.
Epic. It would have been great.
That would have been fun.
Oh no.
Okay.
I missed on that piece, but did you guys watch the Marvels teaser trailer yet?
Yeah, they dropped it early this morning. I knew it was coming out today, but all of a sudden on my phone, I'm just like, huh? What? Okay. Looks cool. It looks like superhero Freaky Friday.
It really, yeah. But like their actual bodies changed, not just their minds.
They're like space and time, but yeah, I like. It looks fun.
Yeah, but if you haven't watched the trailer, go check it out. It is on our Facebook page. But
we'll wait.
Wait. Go ahead.
No, go. All right, come on, you guys.
Go check it out. Go watch it. Do it because the crazy part about that, Googs, was whenever Captain Marvel was fighting somebody and changes, she's like, oh, not again! Like that killed me so hard because it's like, yeah, you're in the middle of doing something, you're like about to beat somebody, or do something cool, but you're about to
my favorite part.
Be excited, and then you get swapped out. You're like, no.
Favorite part was Kamala Khan with the flirkin. When it like does that, she's like, ah!
Yes, that was good too.
It's like,
that was
what the?
Good. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Like, what is happening? But anyway, check it out. It's really, it's good. If you have, let us know in the comments if you have seen it, what you think. Why, hello, Lori Jack Bigler. Hello.
Hello, Lori.
Good to see you, mother dearest. All right. Next piece of news, Mario Bros, which I actually got to watch this weekend with Xavier and Alex. So that was really fun. It was so enjoyable. All the great throwbacks and moments from the games that you want to see and experience. Like every time I'm like, oh yeah, that's from that. Oh, that's from that. Oh, great call out. But not only that, they're number one of a gaming, I guess a game that moved into a movie genre. So they're number one in the box office for that. They took over, believe it or not, Sonic wasn't number one. It was the second Sonic that was number one.
What?
I mean, that was blowing things out of the water. So I'm not surprised. Those two have had a fun rivalry for a long time. I imagine Sonic 3 is coming out. I thought they announced that at some point recently. Maybe it was just rumor.
Well, there's definitely going to be a Super Mario Brothers 2.
Probably, yeah.
Because this one's just making bank.
Tends to happen. But also, not just that, they see that there's an appetite, like from a consumer standpoint, for more of these games. Like it didn't always go so well. I think now the graphics have caught up with the
and a lot of video games are not trying to be real live action now. They're trying to be they're working on cartoon and more. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. But yeah, that hopefully more gaming movies in the future, and also hopefully well done gaming movies.
Well, you got your spectrum of gaming where it's like you got The Last of Us over on HBO, which is very serious, and then you got the Super Mario Brothers, which is a bunch of Italian plumbers stepping on Goombas.
It was so
serious.
Did you know
that Nintendo has stated recently that Mario is not a plumber currently. He has done plumbing in the past, but he's done many jobs, so he can't be called a plumber because Nintendo wants to just make things confusing for everyone.
Oh my
As
gosh.
long as they keep him Italian and he talks with
Yeah.
his hands.
Yeah.
His hands.
It's pretty funny. They explain it when you watch the movie. They explain that well. It's great. But Star Fox is supposed to come out on Disney Plus. So
Ooh,
speaking of
wow.
fun.
speaking
Mhm.
of gaming stuff moving into the movie / TV show area.
Is that
That could definitely be great animated. I mean, it'd
Yeah.
have to
yeah?
be. I mean,
Wait.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. Not live action. Sorry. Just
yeah,
Okay.
be
Yeah,
really
yeah.
weird.
did not say that. All right. We mentioned that. So the other piece of news is Lady Gaga has been they've gotten videos of her doing the Joker 2. So she will be
Oh,
Harley
right.
Quinn in Joker 2.
Oh yeah,
We
when that was announced, that was awesome.
I
Yeah.
It's like
know.
what?
But now, but like it was really cool because you can see her dancing around on the stairs. This is not an official video or anything. It's other people videoing her while she
Oh.
Well,
was
it's
shooting and
called
everything.
what is it? Joker La Cage aux Folles, and it's
Yeah.
going to be a musical. So
Also
that's
true.
I mean,
that's gonna be interesting.
October 4th next year is when
Yeah, it just
it
wrapped,
is
I
released.
think.
Yeah, it did. Now they got to go edit all that fun stuff.
Mhm.
But it's part of the DC Elseworlds project. So like that one, and then Robert Pattinson, the
Yeah.
Batman that he's in.
The
Those are
Batman,
all
yeah.
Elseworlds. So it's
Gotcha.
not part of that interconnected DC universe that we've been seeing.
Though we've got some confusion as to like what's gonna be part of that with James Gunn's stuff. Like that'll be interesting because like Blue Beetle's getting released so now soon, and same with Flash. But like, are these lame duck movies and new movie coming out soon, or like are they?
They might
added
be part.
into
They're not
his...
part of. They may not be part of like the Elseworld
Mm-hmm.
world.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
If they can't decide, they'll be like, yeah, that was Elseworld stamp.
Yeah, that's it. There
Over here.
might just be,
Over here.
can we pull that into the other
Yep.
world? If not, they're Elseworld. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah,
It's fine.
Don't worry, we've
absolutely.
got the multiverse if they make a lot of money and we can use them again. But
Yeah.
absolutely.
Chad said, I was the oldest person in my theater for the Mario movie. And I went, oh, when Spike went from Wrecking Crew showed up.
Yikes! Nice.
That's cool.
Okay.
Let's see. Other news that we have
Mm-hmm.
is Stranger Things is going to have an animated series. So Netflix
Why not?
announced. Yeah, but what we don't know is if the crew who played it in the live action, if they're also going to voice the cartoon or
Mhm.
not. So we will see if that is, but will we notice otherwise? Depends on the voice acting, I guess, right?
We do have it officially noted, and you might have talked about this last week while I was gone. The Scott Pilgrim movie, or
No, we
TV
didn't.
show. The Scott Pilgrim TV show will have the original cast.
Everybody's back.
Doing the voices.
I
So that'll
did
be
not know that. That is good to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, big question. Did X like Mario movie? Yes, he loved it. Oh my gosh. It was so fun because leaving the theater, he was going on and on about his favorite parts of the movie. I would say
Nice.
probably the where they're driving go-karts or motorcycles and stuff. He loved that. The rainbow
Mario
trail.
Kart section.
Loved that. He enjoyed the whole thing though. He was entirely silent, and then I looked over at Alex and mouthed some words, and Xavier goes,
Mother, I'm trying to watch the
"Yeah,
film.
come on." And then anytime something exciting happened, he'd go,
I approve. I approve.
and then he'd look at me and be like, and so you have to clap back.
Having met you and Alex, where did your child get any of his politeness?
I don't know, not from us. I don't
Explain
know.
this to me. I love you both, but explain that to me.
Yeah, not from me, obviously, because I'm the one who's like, Alex, look what's happening.
Dude, look at this.
Yeah, look at it.
There's Goombas and turtles everywhere.
Yeah. Oh my god! Look, it's Mario.
Oh boy. Okay, I derailed things. All right, let's get.
Chad
You
said,
did.
"I love
You
Scott
did. You
Pilgrim.
happy?
I'm here for it."
Yeah.
The
What's
reviews
up?
aren't great, but everybody I know has seen it, loved it, especially the kids. I mean, I thought I really did. I thought it was great. I'm sure there's always critics, but
It's the Super Mario Brothers. It's not
yeah.
going to be Sophie's Choice.
Yeah, I honestly, to me, if I'm entertained in the movie, I would watch this movie again. So I have two different forms of entertainment. One, I enjoyed the movie for the one-time value, and that was great. Won't watch it again. Two, I would watch it again in a heartbeat. I might put it on while I'm like cleaning and not care. This one is the latter, so that seems pretty good for me. That is
Nice.
a
Nice.
high rating on my really low caliber scale. So. And then my mom says, "Yay, he's quiet in the theater." That's right. So look, you can take him to movies as long as they're the right movies. One last piece of news is Netflix. They dropped the first half of Manifest of the last season, and the second one drops, I believe, midsummer. So haven't watched it yet, but
Netflix took them after the previous. Yes. Okay. Thought so.
Yes.
Thought so.
Can't remember it was where it was dropped, but it was dropped somewhere, and it was really fun to watch because it was like a social media campaign to bring it back or to bring life to Manifest. And to me, I really loved the first few seasons, but it got a little crazy. But still, I appreciate like the fan base bringing it back to life, and I think that's pretty cool. So
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
That's always fun. Like there's some great ones. Lucifer, Sense8,
exactly.
ones. Yeah, who have had that. It's a lot of fun.
Yep. And Rick was saying it's the I'll go back and watch that again. That is how you make money on it. And it's true. I remember even going back in high school, I've watched movies so many times with different groups of people because I was like, oh yeah, that was a good movie. Let's do that again. Dungeons and Dragon. I'm watching that on Monday with my D&D group. We're all coming back together, and some of them are watching it for a second time because we're all doing it together. So
nice. That's worth it. That movie was great.
Yeah, that movie was amazing. I might have to grab someone as well for a second round, which is rare enough for me to watch something the first time around. So we'll see how that goes.
Right. Bobby, are you on a new leaf?
I don't know. Pandemic's over, and that might be part of it. I don't know.
All right, Googs, you got some in your corner. I had a lot of news today. I told you all. I was full of it.
Give us your corner, Googs.
Okay.
Busy week.
This was a busy week. This is a my stack of stuff that I plan on reading. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, the final issue of 8 Billion Genies comes out.
Oh,
this has been
really?
very popular. So issue 8 is out tomorrow. So how does it end? Find out.
Nobody knows.
I'm not going to spoil it for you. Okay, I will. All right.
No,
oh my God. And then let's see. Awesome. Let's see. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Usagi Yojimbo team up by Usagi Yojimbo creator Stan Sakai. So I
love it.
Really looking forward to this just because of the creative team.
Yeah,
it looks amazing.
Stan Sakai is amazing. Stan Sakai is great.
Let's see. I got books everywhere. All right, then we got Marvel Voices Spider-Verse. Nice chunky read.
Why is that so thick? I love it.
Most Marvel Voices are about that size, yeah.
Yeah, they're like one shots, but this one's centering more on the Spider-Verse. So who knows what Spider-Man they'll introduce in this, but it's got stories involving Miles Morales, Spider-Punk, Silk. Let's see, and then I'm gonna, of course,
do you think
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Into the new Spider-Verse movie?
See, you got the variant cover, Googs.
I did. That's why I had to explain because this is Guardians of the Galaxy 1, but for some reason Doctor Doom's on it. But it's an Alex Ross Doctor Doom, so I had to get this one. But there is a new Guardians of the Galaxy series starting this week, and it's different team. Nebula's on it. Same faces. Couple new members, and interesting story in the first issue where they go to this planet where like a Groot, not like our Groot, is kind of taken
one of
over.
the Groot. Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So and then lastly, just because I'm a big fan of Great British Bake Off, it is the Great British Bump Off, which takes the Great British Bake Off and adds the fact that people are being murdered.
Well,
this is
I love
Dark
the Great
Horse.
British Bake Off. That's epic.
And
That's
I'm hoping Paul Hollywood's in this. I don't know. I haven't. But
Although now
the
there's
art on the
death,
inside
so
looks hysterical.
also.
Yeah, it's like
it sounds
make sure your
hilarious.
sponges are good.
Mhm.
You know.
I mean, I do like
But-
murder stuff. Like that sounds horrible, but you know what I mean in context.
True
Hopefully,
crime.
I
everybody.
love
True
true
crime.
crime
Yeah,
and
true crime. There we go.
true crime and cake. That's the best thing. Okay,
And
that's all I got
exactly.
for me. Bobby, fill us in.
Yes, absolutely. Just so everyone has some context this week, there are 20 number ones. I was desperately glad Goobs was able to grab a couple. So there are still stuff that between the two of us we're still not covering this week.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Yes. But this first up this week we've got Captain America Cold War. This is technically an alpha, not a number one, but I'm down because this sounds really interesting. Because Bucky has been working with a new group, and he's kind of doing some pretty dark stuff because of it, about it. And he kidnaps Ian, if you remember Nomad, Captain America's, sort of kid, definitely like the one he raised. Man, Captain America's done some weird stuff since Secret Wars. Um, and Bucky is kidnapping him with the use of someone Captain Rogers absolutely did not expect. And so he grabs everybody who he thinks has a good chance of knowing everything about Ian, Misty Knight, Sharon Carter, Sam Wilson, and they're trying to figure out what is Bucky's game, because he seems to be working for the bad guys, but Rogers has a good expectation that he's actually just trying to break stuff from the inside. It's wonky. It's a wonky story, and it'll be interesting to see where this crossover goes. Next up, mostly because I love this cover.
Love it, or were you terrified, Bobby? You can be honest.
I love Ewoks with too much of my heart, even though I know that they sometimes are scary. I do get there's fire in his eyes and there's all that. But this is going to be a Return of the Jedi. Basically, it's Ewoks just telling stories. A lot of different artists are going to be included, and they're going to do the stories in different ways. It's really interesting how that is. It's kind of experimental, and I'm very intrigued to see where it'll go. Yeah.
Well, looks interesting. Speaking of crazy eyes.
Yep. Next up,
things.
And furry things.
This one is actually an interesting thing, mostly because I want to talk about the politics of it in a weird way. Scar, Disney villain's Scar, which is telling the story of Scar kind of just realizing I'm never going to be king if Mufasa lives, and him making that plan, and maybe Rafiki having a bit of influence on whether Scar, on Scar's choices, whether he meant to or not. We'd have to read the book to understand that. Here's the interesting thing, in my opinion. This is being published by Dynamite Comics.
What?
Yeah, they're doing a whole series. I think the next one's Maleficent.
Exactly.
Oh, so is Disney buying?
I don't know. That's my thing.
Disney's just like, what else can I pick up?
Well, they've got IDW doing the High Republic Adventures.
That's true. That's true.
It's ridiculous.
A bake-off. It's a bake-off.
They own a publishing company, and they keep farming their titles out to other publishing companies. It's ridiculous.
There's some business reason for it.
Maybe
that's above our pay grade.
That's fair. That's
probably for distribution reasons, right? Let's roll with them.
Something.
Maybe. Next up, we have 007 for King and Country. It's a new story of 007, and if you have not been reading 007 comics, get on this. They're great. A lot of things is, a lot of fun for purposes of, the classic books and the movies and stuff like that, but these comics have been telling new stories in the 007 universe.
Ooh.
Great. Accused of murder on British soil, James Bond is going on the run, and as he's been branded a traitor. He only has one ally, as M sends the entire 00 division after him. He must follow 003, Gwendolyn Gann, a traitor presumed dead who is on a clandestine mission with global implications. The art, if you don't recognize it, is very much Red Sonja art by Giorgio Spallata, and it's being written by Philip Kennedy Johnson, who's done Action Comics recently, and those have been delightful.
That's a Limsner cover too, so
Yes, this is the Linsner cover. That is
Yep,
correct. This is the Linsner cover.
I did.
Next up, we have The Seasons Have Teeth out of Boom Studios.
I did
This
pick that up.
one, you did. Excellent. I'm
Yeah.
glad to know that I wasn't the only one who saw how interesting this looked. Following a retired, dejected photographer from conflict war zones, the seasons suddenly arrive at our doorstep as godlike personified beings. So he risks everything to try and track down spring, summer, autumn, fall, and winter. And trying to figure out if capturing the perfect picture will be enough to reignite him as a human being, really at heart. Um, so Dan Waters is writing this. Who's done Sword of Azrael and Homesick Pilots, and then a lot of other stuff is happening. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. Called both down to earth and supernaturally apocalyptic in its persistence.
Wow, those sound like conflicting, but I guess I can
I
see how they would land together.
yeah.
The artwork on the inside is beautiful. They do this thing with like color, like the
Hmm.
world's kind of gray, and then the closer he gets to like the season, it's like green
The
starts
brighter.
showing up.
I
It's
like
just it
that.
just
That's
looks
cool.
it's really cool what
I
they're doing
had a
with this.
feeling that would be how they would affect the world. That sounded like how the art was going to get played with.
Yeah,
But I love that aspect of comic creation where you can do that kind of fun stuff.
yeah.
Next up, we have Griffin, Galaxy's Most Wanted. So, being written by Bruno Hidalgo, both artist and writer. No, I'm sorry, writer Bren Kahn, artist Bruno Hidalgo. Sorry about that. Um, he is doing all sorts of fun stuff. Hidalgo is doing the cover work and the inside stuff. But in the distant future, mankind has taken to the stars and spread across the galaxy. They've encountered hundreds of worlds, met dozens of alien species, and conquered all of them. We are a fascist empire covering all of the Milky Way known as the Sovereign Reach, and our most feared soldier is the merciless Captain Lila Griffin. 6 months ago, Lila Griffin, they disappeared, and a week ago they returned, changed, and radicalized to bring down the empire they once served. Now, Captain Griffin has a new mission to recruit a crew of rogue officers and mad scientists and to set fire to the galaxy, no matter how many get burnt along the way.
Wow, that's a big change of events, apparently.
I just personally love
That is
the
a
look
lot.
of this cover. I like the look of Alala, and then just the story sounds hilariously interesting. I'm very intrigued to see where this will go. Yeah, 100%. I'm down.
Love it.
And then this one I actually am very intrigued by. This is
Whoa.
Frank Frazetta's Tales of Science Fantasy. Frank Frazetta, if you don't know Frank, is the king of fantasy art, in my opinion. Frank Frazetta is doing. We are doing comics inspired by his classic artwork. This one is the Alien Crucifixion. I specifically chose the cover that was his painting that it's going to be inspired. That's going to inspire the story. Um, Denton J. Tipton is going to be writing. Is going to chronicle the final days of a brutal planetary dictator as he is pursued by both enemies and allies alike. Now, this is a new quarterly anthology, so other people are going to get to write and their inspired stories about Frazetta's artwork. So I'm excited. Nothing? Okay. All right.
No, I've
I
seen
mean,
they've done a bunch of series like the
yeah.
Dawn, the
Hmm.
the bunch of stuff with the Death
Yeah.
Dealer, all this. So it's
Yeah.
cool to see one that's just science,
Just
just
science
a
fantasy.
genre, not something
Yeah.
specific. It's like here's a
Hmm.
genre.
Yeah. I'm excited to see where this will go, especially because it's anthology. I like that much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All
that's
right.
good.
Next up, out of American mythology, a publisher I don't normally push on this channel, but this sounded really good, so I decided. Legend Fell. There's an evil growing inside the kingdom of Shadow Rock. Death has found the villages outside of the castle's mountainous walls, and so the king puts out a call for the greatest adventurers and gets a ragtag bunch of has-beens and nobodies. A dwarf with a bad attitude, a freelancer looking to repair a shattered legacy, youngster, a new bird, and all sorts of new ones. It's sword and sorcery done American mythology style. Part terror, part magic, and all adventure. Can this mismatched group of adventurers learn to work together and find the one weapon that can stop this evil before the entire kingdom is lost? So there's going to be like a bunch of different covers on this title. I liked all of them. This is just the one I thought looked best. But yeah, I'm excited.
It
to see
looks
where this will
good.
go. Yeah. One of them was an homage to one of the classic D&D RPG covers, so I thought that was pretty good. But I like this one a little better. Yeah. And then our final title this week that I could actually pull up is World Tree. This one is intended for mature audiences. In 1999, yeah, did you see it? Did you see this one on the shelf?
I flipped through it.
Even the front, even this looks a little creepy. I can't tell if that's blood or whatever, but yep, there's someone dead, isn't there? There's totally somebody dead.
Yeah, so
couldn't see it immediately, but there's definitely someone dead on the ground.
In 1999, Gabriel and his friends discovered the Undernet, a secret architecture to the internet. They charted the exploration on a message board called World Tree. Then they lost control. Someone broke into World Tree, someone who welcomed the violent hold the Undernet had on them. At great personal cost, Gabriel and the others thought they sealed the Undernet away forever. They were wrong, and now they will know the meaning of fear. It's a new horror outing by James Tinian IV, who has done a lot of fun stuff, and Fernando Blanco, who has been writing Detective Comics, and then the colorist Jordi Belair. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff will be happening in this new Image title. I'm excited to see where this will go.
Interesting. I just want to about this book. All right, if you're the collectors out there. This cover got misprinted, so they're recalling a bunch of them. You can tell it's misprinted because the blacks are so intense. You cannot see that body on the ground.
I told you I couldn't see it. I didn't
it's even worse.
No.
So,
this is just a dark coloration of cover, not poorly printed. So it's hard to see in an action how it's supposed to be done.
Oh no,
so
and it was even
imagine
worse.
That. Yeah, this is the cover A. There is also a cover C or D. That's the Bill Sienkiewicz cover, which is what also got printed. So they're trying to get these all back, and they'll replace them. But like my collectors out there,
some of these are going to be fun.
Search for
or maybe keep them.
Yeah.
If titles, if shops will release them. There are shops that will not do that, so you know how it is.
Yeah.
Voodoo says that was she's enjoying this
book this week.
Re-extended Tales. Heck yes.
Yes. Sorry, it's just a little longer. And then, quick honorable mentions for the stuff we couldn't drop because there's just so many this week. Ziltroid the Omniscient. Kids comic looks fun. Sandman Universe Nightmare Country, The Glass House, continuation of the Sandman Universe titles. Megatron, another kids title, looks fun. Hone of Orcs, weird racism story set in the fantasy universe. Never Ender. Yeah. Never Ender, The Final Duel, a sequel series to Never Ender. Plan 59 from Outer Space, which is actually a sequel series to Plan 9 from Outer Space, the movie, or at least that's the idea of it.
Oh, wow.
I love it when they do that.
The Edward classic.
And then because even I have limits as to what I will put and speak about on this show.
What?
Mature title, The Giant Cock Jew. I can't say any more. Just if those title makes you interested, go look at it. It actually looks really fun to me. Anyways.
Love it.
That's what I had all of this week. So many stuff. Lots of it looks amazing.
So much news. So many comics this week. It was a full week, but it was fun.
All right.
And now Gooks is going to go read the great.
And now I will read you a selection. We got time, right, guys?
You are not reading me the mystery first. I don't read the last chapter first.
Oh my God! The killer was the butt cake. I knew it. No. I knew it.
No!
It was a sugar rush.
All right, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. We love spending time with you. Yes.
Peace.
We will see you guys live, 6:25 Central Time on Tuesday. We will see you next week. Adios.